Members of the cast of The Lion King led here by Durban-born Bongi Duma, elevating the mood, as a small group of South African expats, buttressed by a larger crowd of tourists, were able to take in the momentous spectacle.
The South African music and spirit and culture is alive and well here, and I'm excited about this moment. I'm sure you knew that it took 110 mayors before we were able to really celebrate the contribution of the South African community here in the city. Your presence is clear. You bring so much. And I'll never forget standing in Cape Town and driving up the beautiful coast into Port Elizabeth and into Johannesburg and watching the people embrace and grow. South Africa is free. 30 years later, we will continue to celebrate and raise the flag. Let's say happy independence to the people of South Africa.
South Africa's acting consul general said it was a freedom celebrated through the lens of sacrifices made by the often unsung heroes and heroines who fought for the country's hard-won democracy.
The commemoration comes at a time when our nation prepares for the next national and provincial elections, which will take place on the 29th of May. These elections take place against the backdrop of the commemoration of our 30 years of freedom and provides the opportunity to reflect on the lives of South Africans. We need to work together closely to overcome our challenges and we face to engage frankly and meaningfully on issues where our views as countries may differ, and to chart a course in a promising future that will benefit both South Africa and the United States. By working together and cooperating across national and international boundaries, we can build and sustain a South Africa connected to a world that is mutually respectful, resilient, peaceful and prosperous, and uphold our shared values of democracy, inclusive development and respect for diversity.
Earlier in the week, the Nasdaq Tower in Times Square provided a dazzling display of iconic images to mark 30 years of democracy, including of former President Nelson Mandela, former ANC President Oliver Tambo, and singer and activist Miriam Makeba, among others. And days later, South Africa's colours, hoisted by the mayor of the most populous city in the United States and a major global economic hub.
I'm so excited because we fought so hard. I've been here since 1963. I was one of the few people who came here, and then we struggled educating Americans with divestment and sanctions. But lo and behold, our people here supported us. That's what kept us going for all those years. We were so pleased when the divestment legislation was passed in various cities. I'm in Philadelphia, where one of the cities that passed that legislation. So our 30 years of independence, it means a lot to me. I've visited South Africa a few times. I'm so excited. I wish to go back very soon.
I started school late 80s. So for me, it's going through the transition at a young age and seeing, I actually do have a picture of what is possible and what has been made possible for me. So it's just, I'm really grateful for how far we've come, and I'm really looking forward to the next 30 years.
It's really beautiful that we've been able to stay in a community no matter where we are. These 30 years have been a trip. Not as much has happened as we pleased, but we are in a completely different space, and to be here in New York and celebrating ourselves and each other is really beautiful.
From the Big Apple with love. Shervin Bryce, SABC News, New York.